everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kids. I have all of my completed pages from December to show you today. As you know, I do these every month and I really look forward to filming these videos. Just to let you know, all of these pictures that I do show you in this video will also appear in some videos that I will hopefully be putting up over the next couple of days, which are going to be all of the pictures that I've completed in 2020. So obviously that's a compilation video of the past 12 months, so there is repetition anyway. But yeah, so these pictures will be featured in those videos as well, just to let you know. But yeah, I can't wait to get started. So let's start with the first book. This is The Miniature Secret Garden by Joanna Basford. I was very kindly given this by my uncle, aunt and cousins for Christmas, and I coloured a picture right away on Christmas Day, and it was the nameplate page. And this is a much smaller book than the original, and it's really nice having a small book because obviously you can get pictures done a bit quicker, but also I think that the detail lends itself really well to fine liners and pencil, which is what I used for this. So I'm just going to bring it up a bit closer for you so you can see. So this, obviously, because it's downsized, everything has been shrunk a bit more, so it was perfect for fine liners, and I used my new Arteza fine liners, or Arteza, however you say it, and also some Staedtler fine liners, or Statler, again, I don't quite know how to say it. And then I used my new Monarch pencils, which are part of the Black Widow series, and I was also given those by my uncle, aunt and cousins. And there's a beautiful range of colours in that set, and I just tried to stick to using just those pencils. I didn't use that many. I did the blended gradient, and I used a few pinks and yellows and greens and stuff to just go over the fine liner as well. But this paper is really good quality. I think it's pretty much the same as Joanna's usual books, and it barely went through it. Some of the darker colours ghosted slightly. You're probably not even going to be able to see it, but yeah, I'm really pleased that this worked out, because it's just going to be a great book to use my fine liners in, and you know, really use them. And I love the size, and it's great to be able to colour in it again, because my first copy, my only copy of it, the paper is not great, and it was the first book that I pretty much got. So yeah, I haven't got a second copy of it, so I'm really pleased that I've got this one. This obviously is out already. The Miniature Enchanted Forest is coming out in February, I believe. And the thing I love about this as well is that it's bound exactly the same as her other books. So it is stitch bound and glue bound, and then it also has the crease here so that everything opens really nicely. So yeah, I absolutely love this book. Thank you so much. I'm carrying on to Gemma Rosie now for the wonderful gifts, and I can't wait to use them more. Okay, the next book that I have to show you is a book that was new that I coloured in this month, as well as the Secret Garden. Actually, that goes for Colour Your Hoard as well, hosted by Lavella. So this is Luna by Maria Troll. This is the Dutch edition of the original Swedish book, also called Luna, and it's published by MUS, and I have quite a few pages done in here. I initially did the nameplate page, which I'll show you in a minute, but I started off with these first cover pages, and then we come to these. So I used my 12 set of Pablos that I have. I got these quite a while ago. They were £6 from WH Smith, which is a shop here in the UK, and they were on a really good deal, obviously, because usually they're you know, quite a bit more than that. So I think all of them are in here. So I've been putting them to good use. I got them quite a while ago, and then these colours are the same as some of the super colours that I have as well, but I actually prefer these in terms of colouring. I like that they're a bit harder, and the super colours are obviously meant to be watercolour pencils, which is what I primarily use them for, but they're lovely. And I am now thinking of maybe trying to build up my set a bit and add a couple more colours, but they're really lovely, and it's kind of like the tiny tin tag. So I've just been using those 12 pencils, and then I also used a couple of pencils from my Holbein 12 pastel set. Before I got the big set, this was the set that I had. I had it a good 6 months or so before I got the big set, and it was really nice to test them out. And obviously now I have doubles of these pencils, which is great because some of these are my absolute favourites. So I think I just used this purple colour, which is Wisteria, and this blue, which is lavender blue. So I used the lavender blue mainly to just blend out the darker blue for the background, and then I used the wisteria for these lighter purple flowers. So I haven't put any embellishments on this yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to. You can see it's actually quite shiny because of all the burnishing that I've done. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about that yet. I haven't put my name in it either. I haven't done it for the other one actually. I used a reference photo for the hummingbirds, and it was actually really good because the hummingbirds, obviously the colours are quite bright. It was quite easy to be able to mix the colours together. The only colour I wish I did have was some lighter browns, and I did struggle trying to get this to look brown. It doesn't really, but it's all right. So yeah, I've done these pages, and then this is my whip at the moment. Again, I've had a bit of trouble trying to get the rabbits to look brown. I think I'm going to need to try and do these ones again. It was a mixture of yellow, orange, brown, grey and white, and the only brown I have is a really, really dark brown, and then don't have any lighter ones. So whether I pull in a few other colours, I may do that, but it is challenging just trying to use a few colours, and it's really interesting. And this is kind of my TV book, or when we're watching a film or something, I tend to work in this because it's, you know, minimal amount of colours. I like how the grey ones are coming out though. That one's a bit darker and these ones are a bit lighter. So we'll see. I may try and do it again, or I may leave it. I'm not sure if I'll necessarily work through this in order. It kind of just happened that way, but we'll see. But yeah, anyway, I'm really enjoying working in this book, and it's really fun to just have a limited colour palette. So they are my pages from Luna by Maria Troll. Okay, the next book is Symphony of Cute Animals. This is by Kanoko Igusa. Again, a fairly new book to me. I got it back in October, I think. And I coloured a page, and then I didn't in November, but I've come back to it now. So it was a Christmas page. As you can see from the pictures that I did, not all of the pictures I did during this month were Christmassy. I've actually only done the pages that I've shown you so far, this one and one more, and then I've got a couple of whips as well. So this one is a Christmassy one, and it was this. Again, I mentioned in my video with all my completed pages that because of the Jane Davenport pastels that I've used, you really can't see them shimmer that much. So what I'm going to do here is put a clip that I will have hopefully put up on Instagram showing the shimmer here for you. So I hope you can see from that it was hopefully, you know, a bit more sparkly. It doesn't really show up well in the, like, through the camera. And yeah, so I used those Jane Davenport palette pastels, the mineralized set, for the background. I used a clear one and then a bit of a darker blue. For the rest of it, I used Holbeins and a couple of polychromos. I had already coloured robins before on a couple of other pictures, so I had my colour palette sorted out for those. I just wanted to say that for this picture I was actually inspired by Kat's picture, which is up on Instagram. I should have her Instagram name up for you so you can see. It's Kat Kylo Colours, and she did it for my colour along, which was embellishments in November last month, and I loved it so much that I wanted to try and recreate it. So thank you so much, Kat, for the inspiration. And then the holly, I decided to just make it a bit brighter than what I'd usually do, and I actually liked the way it turned out. That did take me quite a long time, and overall I didn't get bored with the page. Usually with pictures, if there's repetition and stuff, I would usually just leave it and come back, but I really enjoyed it, and it didn't take me that long at all. So yeah, I really like this one. And I then outlined all of these snowflakes in my Arteza white gel pen, and I had no skipping at all. So that was something I was a bit worried about because I did use them quite a lot, but I am so pleased with how they turned out, and they really are opaque because they've got rid of all of those black lines. So I'd really recommend them. And yeah, I'm so pleased with this page. This might even be one of my favourites. Maybe, well, it's one of my favourites that I did this month, but it could be one of my favourite winter pictures that I've done. But yeah, it's really cute, and I can't wait to do more in this book. So that's is Symphony of Cute Animals by Kaneko Gusa. And the final page that I've coloured this month is actually not a picture from a book, it's a postcard, and it's another postcard from the wonderful I Believe in Fairies postcard set by Clara Markova. You get 32 postcards in the set, and I actually put them all in this portfolio, as I've mentioned a couple of times in my videos. This is an art portfolio and it's fairly small. I believe it's just a bit bigger than A5 or maybe just a bit smaller, but I keep them all in here and it has room for 48, so that's brilliant. Obviously I don't need 48 because there's only 32, but there's room for other things. So I've now done 3, so I've already had these ones done the previous months. Again, this is a new like colouring book, I guess, to me. I only got it in October, so again I'm pleased that I've managed to do one a month basically. So this I am so pleased with. This is probably my favourite thing that I did this month. This was a tutorial that I followed from Chris Cheng. I believe she put it up earlier in November, I want to say, and I looked at it and I thought, yeah, I really want to do that. It looks so gorgeous and I had so much fun. It was on and off for quite a while, I believe for about 2 weeks. What I quite like to do was just do a little bit in the morning before I went to school, because as I mentioned before, it puts me in a really good mindset, and even if it is just for 10 minutes, it really just does start my day off really well. So I would just colour a bit here and there. The thing I think that I found tricky was drawing in all of the extra bits. It was challenging, but I'm really pleased that I managed to do it. So I had to draw in these gingerbread men, the sweet, there was definitely something else, maybe there wasn't, and I did have to, well, draw in these different colours on the Christmas tree as well. So I believe Chris used Posca pens for some of the bits that she did. So for some of them she would Posca out certain areas, especially for this red, and I don't have any like bright coloured Poscas like that. I have some pastel ones and then some glitter ones, so I actually used my Arteza fine liners for that and they worked amazingly, and then I just coloured right over them. And yeah, it was really easy to do it that way actually. The thing I did find quite unusual was going over, I actually used a white Pitt pen, but going over the Pitt pen that I initially put down with pencil on top, and it created an effect, I guess, kind of like gingerbread. I'm not sure if you can see there, so it's not fully blended out. But yeah, again, I had so much fun with this. This technique of doing the stars was something a bit different for me. I'd really recommend checking her tutorial out because I learned so much just from this, and you know, with this hobby you can always learn something new, and I learned so much. Oh, that was the thing, I had to draw in lots of these extra sweet bauble things. In terms of embellishment, again I used my Arteza fine liners, well yes I did use those, but the Arteza white gel pen. So I used it for all this snow and everything, for the pom-poms, all of this bit in the background. I did put it on this lolly, but you can probably see that the green has made it go a bit green, which I actually quite like. I really do like it. I think that was a green fine liner and then it's seeped through a bit. And then I also grabbed my gold Jelly Roll metallic pen and just kind of smeared it on a bit in various places because I just wanted a bit of you know, an embellishment to it. There wasn't anything else that Chris added apart from all of the white gel pen and stuff, so I just decided to add that because I thought it would jazz it up a bit. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and it does go really nicely with the others actually. I think the great thing about having them all loose is that you can really just go mad with each individual one and, you know, their own picture. I mean, you can do that anyway in a colouring book, but I really like them and I tend to take my time a lot more with these as well. So I can't wait to do my next one. And this is great because it has a piece of black paper to separate them out. And oh, I forgot to show you the back as well. I always colour the back just so that I don't forget to do it. Oh, I've just taken the paper out with it. So I didn't use a tutorial for this because obviously Chris didn't do it, but I just kind of followed along from what I'd done already and did the same sort of thing. And then yeah, I did that. So I was really pleased with it. It was so fun, and I would, as I said, I would really recommend going to follow any of Chris's tutorials because they are mind-blowing. Honestly, I absolutely love them. I'm going to struggle getting that back in. I will figure that out after I finish the video. But yeah, that is my postcard from I Believe in Fairies. And then I have a couple of whips. No surprise, they are still the same as they were last month. I have my whip from Fairy Touch of Magic. My goal for January is to get this page done and the next pages that I'm going to show you. Oh my goodness. I'm really enjoying this page, but it's just very slow because I've had other stuff and I haven't had much time. I did come back to this a bit. I've been using my Black Widows along with the Mnemonic set. So I did this blue the other day. Their skin, I tried to make it a bit more tanned. It didn't really work. I need to go back and blend it in a bit more. And I'm trying to think what else I did. I think I just put fine liner down in various places. I know that I coloured all this purple and the green as well, so I feel like I've done a fair bit, but there's still quite a lot to be done. And yeah, I am really enjoying it. This is her new book again. I haven't had it for that long. And yeah, this is my first page. I was really hoping to get a Christmas picture done, but in the end I knew I wouldn't have time, so I decided to do the postcard instead. And I'm really pleased that I did because I actually completed it, I think, on the 17th or the 18th of December. So that was my first completed page, and it was a very slow start to December in terms of completed pages. So yeah, anyway, I'm really enjoying this one, and that is what I have done so far on that page. As you can see, because of the limited amount of pages that I have to show you, this video will probably be a bit shorter, but it doesn't matter. And then finally, I have my whips in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I have tried to make it my purpose for 2021, not necessarily to finish this book. I know I probably won't be able to, but just to spend more time on it and really make sure that I am focusing on it, because I did get it back in April and my aim is to complete 1 or 2 pages from it a month, and at this rate, with how slow I'm going with these pages, that's not going to happen. So I need to get these whips finished and then I can move on. So I have the Wondering page as a whip still. I have made progress. I'm really pleased with what I've done, but it is just going very, very slowly. I believe when I last did bits from this, I did this flamingo section, the lamp, the carpet. I didn't know what colour I wanted to do this carpet yet, so I left it. And I did other bits. I did more of these yellowy coloured bits and things. So I am making progress. I can definitely tell the bits that I have done. I mean, you might not be able to. This has just been a whip for the longest time, and as I've mentioned before, it's just one of those pages that is so detailed, and I don't want to rush it, because if I rush it, it's just not going to turn out the way I want it to. So, you know, I'm going to let it take as long as it needs. But yeah, that is my first whip. And then I actually worked on this other one during a live stream yesterday, and again, I really like this page. Nothing's gone wrong. I don't hate it or anything. It's just taking me quite a long time. So I was working on the books on stream yesterday, and I did do a tiny bit of the frame, but I was working on that a bit more. This kind of is the colour palette of the butterfly so far, and I'm probably going to do some neutral browns or something with pops of colour, something like that, and then try and stick with this colour palette. I'll show you the page in a minute that I did before, but I did kind of stick to it because it just went well. Because the colours of the butterfly are so bright and a bit different, I didn't want to just throw in loads of other colours, so I did want to kind of try and make it harmonious if I could. So yeah, that's the other whip that I have. And then yeah, I can move on with all of the lovely pages. So if I can get those done next month, that would make me really happy. And yeah, the pages that I I'll show you what I mean. This one I rushed and I don't like it very much compared to what, if I had spent longer on it, I feel like I could have improved. And yeah, I still like it, but it's not my favourite. And then this is what I was talking about with keeping it harmonious. I'm not going to do exactly the same as this, but as you can see, these are the colours of the butterfly that I used, and then I did the books the same sort of colours and the rest. So that's kind of where I'm going with that, but I'm not exactly sure yet. So yeah, they are the pages. I don't really have anything to show you in terms of my art project. I believe I showed you all of the Anna Bond stuff that I'd done last month, and at school before the Christmas holidays I was working on my final piece. I don't want to show you any of the preparation for that until it's finished, because it kind of all just goes together and it doesn't make sense to show it to you without having finished it. So I will leave that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I apologise that it's a bit shorter, although that might not be a bad thing because my videos do tend to be quite long otherwise. But I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or queries, please feel free to leave a comment down below or contact me. I have all of my things in the description as usual, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.